point. Record trade volumes yesterday has resulted in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange being closed. The bourse was unable to fully process transactions from the previous session. Let's get more on this and find out what exactly happened. My colleague Nastassia Arendse is at the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Very good afternoon to you, Nastassia. What happened?
Good afternoon, Zinga. Well, it's an unusual day because typically now at around 12:25, the JSE would still be full steam ahead, especially on a day that Tencent would have published their numbers in Asia, which came out a little bit earlier on. But as you mentioned, on the back of those high trading volumes, 148 billion rand trading hands yesterday, and typically the JSE on a given day would trade between 22 to 28 billion, sometimes maybe 35 to 40 billion, but nothing more than that. And this was the biggest turnover for the JSE, probably dating back since 2007. Background to all of this is that you'll remember that Naspers and Prosus have concluded their share swap. What that means is that those who hold Naspers shares were now able to swap them over for newly created Prosus shares. And that basically meant that the weighting that Naspers had on the JSE would have dropped, and also indices would have had to reduce their weighting on Naspers. So as a result of that high trading volumes, we're looking at 83 billion traded in Naspers and 37 billion trading in Prosus. They still need to be settled today. So the JSE this morning at around probably 7:40 issued a statement saying that they're going to be having a delay. We've had these delays before, probably once a year they do happen, where trading will probably be moved back by an hour for whatever technical glitches that may occur. But in this particular case, what was supposed to be an update or probably a resumption of trade or a start of trade, which should have happened at 9, did not happen. They issued a statement saying that they will communicate with the market an hour after that. At around 10:40, we were told that at midday we will get a statement, and midday has come. It's about 12:25 right now, and they're saying that they will communicate with the market in the next hour. However, speaking to some of the traders who rely on the JSE in order for them to process their trades, it's a mixed bag. So some saying that they're feeling very frustrated right now because Tencent published their numbers earlier this morning, profit up 29%, but you can't trade Naspers or Prosus on the JSE. You can trade Naspers though on the A2X market, which is the alternative smaller market from the JSE. Others are saying that we've been through this before. We've had this thing where a delay and start of trade has happened, even starting at 2 p.m. This was back in 1987 during the October crash, also known as Black Monday. And as a result of what was similar to yesterday with that exchange of volumes and Naspers falling sharply 8%, back in 1987 when that happened with share prices dropping remarkably, the Fed Reserve and other stock exchanges implemented what is now known as circuit breakers, which would halt trade whenever a share price was dropping too low or too quickly. What happens right now, we don't know. We will continue monitoring. But while we wait for that, because Tencent published their numbers in Amsterdam, Prosus is still trading, that up 4.4%. Anglo-American in London also trading down 0.8%, and BHP listed in London as well, because these companies have a dual listing, that one is down 3.6%. So some traders also saying it's raising the question about A2X, maybe making it look as an attractive alternative platform. But even so, it does have its drawbacks, because on any given day, the A2X doesn't manage to trade as much volume as the JSE does. So we'll continue monitoring that and unpacking it a little bit further in an hour or so.
Nastassia Arendse giving us context into what's happening, taking us back in time and to the present moment. We look forward to that update from you a little bit later on in the bulletin today.